Hello and welcome to Gun Threat Travels. Today we're going to be talking about the pass-through storage over here. It's on the list of projects that I want to get done, and I kind of forgot about it in my initial run-through of making these videos for these initial videos for the channel. But I remembered about it, and I kind of wanted to go through and talk about it because, like most people with an RV, storage is an issue. Storage is one of those things that you're constantly having to worry about, you're constantly having to think about, and if you can come up with ways to organize things better, find ways to make it easier to get to things and easier to store things and easier to organize things, you're constantly looking out for ways to do that. So one of the things I want to do is build a shelving unit in here. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you to help us to reach the first major milestone for this channel of 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. The number doesn't go up unless you do that. You actually have to press the button. So be sure to do that now and like the video to help it spread out to other people. So all of that said, let's go ahead and turn around and look in here, and I'll start telling you about what I kind of want to do to this space to make it a little bit more functional for me anyway. So in here, as with every other, pass-through storage that you've probably ever seen, assuming you've seen them, you have a nice, I've had something fall over. You have a nice little space in here within which to store things, and it goes all the way through the other side so you can easily access everything from in here. Now, the problem with at least this one, I'm not super familiar with a bunch of different ones, but you have this big space in here that just kind of curves up. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but let's see if we can. You can see that on the other side of the slide over there, there's a curve. It kind of curves down from the top because it matches the curve that happens out here in the front. And that makes sense because that's just kind of the way that the shell of the RV is designed. But it also just kind of makes storing things in here a little bit inconvenient because you more or less just end up piling things on this side of the trailer, as you can see how it is here. So what I want to do is I want to design and build a sort of shelving system here that kind of goes out to where the curve is, have some kind of frame right up here in the front part, and then the pieces of plywood maybe rest rest loosely on the curving part that comes down, put some kind of like rubber or something to protect the finish and everything so that that doesn't become an actual problem. So you'll have the frame up here in the front, and then the wall of the curve of the trailer here holds up the other end of it, and it becomes a shelf that you can put things on. And maybe I might have like one shelf here and one shelf up here, and then they'll just be, I might put some dividers in. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do. I have to remember that when I switch the camera around, it has a tendency to stop recording for me. So yeah, I want to build a shelving unit in there. I'm a little out of breath. I don't know why. I want to build a shelving unit in there so that we can organize things a little bit better. And, while that is going to reduce the overall space for large objects, it will make it so that all of the different very small objects I have are going to be easier to deal with. So as I was saying, for example, I have my air compressor here for my RV and my truck. This would be really nice to just have up on a little shelf right here. As you can see, I have this portable power washer that I bought because I wanted to have something that made it easy to clean off my trailer. Having this put up on a shelf would make it much easier to reach. And I also have an idea for a sort of permanent installation for this. Because one of the things that I had at one point was I had an extended range hose for this particular washer, and it actually worked really well. I was able to set things up so that I could just leave the power washer inside the storage area here, run the long hose out through the little water outlet over there, and I could just turn it on and have it hooked up inside and not have to drag the actual unit around. I could just take the hose and the nozzle and everything and just walk around the trailer and power wash everything off. And it was super convenient to do it that way. But the hose that I had busted after a while, and I just haven't gotten around to replacing it. But what I would like to do would be to set this up in a way that allows me to have this unit here, maybe permanently just sitting on a shelf, and then I could drill some holes through the wall here and install some kind of a coupling that makes it so that the pressure washer has a hose coming off of it that comes to an outlet over here, and then maybe another one on the other wall over there, and then it comes out through the wall here, right? And then it'll be something where I could just plug the power washer hose into there, turn the unit on inside, and then I'm just able to walk around the trailer with my hose, spraying and cleaning off whatever it is that I'm trying to clean up. So that's my idea for that particular item. But there's a bunch of little things in here that would be really nice if I could, give me a second. I think maybe, apologies for that. Apologies for that. I'm not sure if the camera looks a little dusty to me right now. It's a problem with using your phone as a medium for this, because it's just you use it and it gets dirty, and I'm sure the video on this side probably looks cloudy because it's just kind of dirty and I don't have anything to clean it off, so it is what it is. But yeah, I want to build a shelving unit in here, and I've already got a little bit sort of experience doing that, because it's when I was installing my inverter, I had to figure out a way to mount it to the wall in here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I had to figure out a way to mount this big heavy Victron unit to the wall, and the wall in here, as you can see over there, it's mostly just this little, what's it? I forget what it's called. It's like sheathing material or something like that, but it's very thin and it's not meant to handle any kind of weight on it. So I had to figure out a way to put something substantial to mount the Victron unit to. So I just basically got some, I think that's it might be 2x4. I think it's 2x4. I got a couple of pieces of 2x4, and I bought some brackets, and I have a little pop rivet gun that I use to mount it to the framing there, and then screwed it into the wood over there, and that's how I've secured these. Same thing down here. I have a little bracket down here that I screwed down like that. So my plan is to do the same kind of thing with some 1x2, buy some small L brackets like that, attach it with screws and pop rivets to the metal framing in here and to the floor, and that should make it to where I can, positively secure it in a way that where it's not going to move around and it's nice and safe and all that stuff. And then I can just cut some really thin plywood, like maybe 1/4 inch plywood, just something sturdy enough that it can handle a bit of weight, but not so thick that it's going to add a bunch of weight to the trailer. And then have it, put shelving into the curvy part over here, which will still leave the entire big opening for the big stuff that I might need to put in here, like these bins, some chairs and things like that, some folding chairs and things like that. But the shelving will be available for all of the little small stuff that I'd rather not just have randomly moving around the storage in here. So yeah, that's kind of my idea. Obviously, as I start building it, I'll probably come up with something. I'll probably come up with some refinements to it, or it may just show up exactly the way I want it to. But I've never had the experience where it actually works out that way for me, so we'll see. But anyways, yeah, that's another project that I want to get done for the trailer in here. I'm hoping that it's going to be a massive quality of life improvement kind of thing, but we'll have to wait and see until I get it done. And it's going to be a little bit before I'm able to do that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Maybe inspire you on maybe an RV project that you want to get done, because maybe you had never thought about putting some shelving up in a unit like this. And I'm always coming up with little things like that to hopefully make life easier. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Click the like and subscribe buttons to help us reach our goals, and I'll see you for the next one.